Nobody expected this. In fact, if you're watching right now, get ready, because what you're about to hear might completely change the way you see Jimin. The charming smile, the soft voice, the chaotic sweetness he brings in Are You Sure Season 2, behind all of that, something much bigger has been happening quietly, far away from the cameras, and somehow most fans had no idea. The conversation exploded when a series of discussions began spreading in fan communities. Many people believe that a large portion of Jimin's payment from Are You Sure Season 2 was not kept for himself at all. Instead, he once again directed it towards something deeply meaningful, helping children through ChildFund Korea. It became one of those moments where fans stop scrolling, take a breath, and say, "Wait, he did what?" If you have followed Jimin for long enough, you know he never announces his good deeds loudly. He doesn't chase headlines, he doesn't brag, he doesn't even hint at anything. He simply gives, and gives, and gives. All while remaining the same humble person who apologizes for taking up too much space and thanks everyone even when he doesn't have to. That's exactly why this story hits harder than usual, because it fits him perfectly. Just imagine this. While fans were enjoying the warm, playful, soft energy between Jimin and Jikook on Are You Sure Season 2, while everyone was laughing at their reactions to food, their chaotic grocery runs, or the way they teased each other nonstop, Jimin was quietly working on something completely different behind the scenes. Something that wasn't about entertainment, fame, content, or attention. Something that wasn't even about him. He was thinking about kids. Kids who don't know him personally, kids who will probably never meet him, kids who wouldn't even know the help came from a global superstar. But that's what makes his actions so powerful. He gives without expecting anything back. For many fans who have followed his charity history, this news didn't feel random at all. It felt like the continuation of a long pattern. Ever since he became a major donor for ChildFund Korea and entered the Green Noble Club, which is reserved only for individuals donating over 100 million KRW, Jimin has made charity one of the biggest parts of his life. But even then, he still never turned it into a personal brand. He didn't release flashy donation pictures, he didn't post emotional captions, he didn't try to sell kindness. He simply helped. And that's exactly why this new revelation from the Are You Sure project hit the fandom differently. Because fans realized he didn't need a comeback to make an impact. He didn't need a world tour. He didn't need an album. Even during filming, even during traveling with Jikook, and even while giving fans one of the most comforting, feel-good shows of the year, he was still putting others first. Some people say that generosity is something you do once, but with Jimin, it has become a pattern, almost like a lifestyle. Every time he works on a new project, donations appear quietly soon after. Every time he earns something, he turns it into something meaningful for others. And it's not only ChildFund Korea. He has donated to multiple education offices, supported low-income students, and covered school costs for kids in need. Fans have known this for years, but the idea that his Are You Sure Season 2 payment might have followed the same path made the entire fandom emotional all over again. Especially Jikook fans in the US who have been loving Are You Sure Season 2 not only for the cute chemistry and deep comfort the show brings, but also because it shows just how grounded these two men still are. And now, knowing what Jimin might have chosen to do with his earnings, it adds a layer of pride that's impossible to hide. Think about it. Jimin and Jikook were on camera, eating snacks, watching sunsets, enjoying nature, teasing each other nonstop, and giving fans one of the most comforting, feel-good shows of the year. But off camera, Jimin was possibly doing something that genuinely impacts lives. Lives of children who may desperately need help. Children who may be living in unstable conditions. Children who dream of a future but don't have the resources to reach it. And he decided to help quietly. Again, this isn't something that idols have to do. Nobody requires them to share their earnings. Nobody expects them to use their project payments for charity. Most celebrities would simply accept their paycheck and move on. But with Jimin, it doesn't seem to function that way. Almost every time he receives something, he gives something back. Almost every time he celebrates success, he turns his happiness into someone else's hope. And fans have been reacting in the most emotional way. Many say this makes Are You Sure Season 2 feel even more special, not because of the money itself, but because of the intention behind it. Because while fans were gaining comfort from watching Jimin and Jungkook, children in Korea were gaining real support from Jimin's actions. It's like his warmth exists everywhere at the same time, on screen and off screen. Some fans also pointed out how Jimin has done this since the earliest days of his career. Even before BTS became global icons, he was already helping students in Busan. He was already donating quietly. He was already showing the kind of compassion that only grew stronger as he became more successful. His fame didn't change him, it only expanded the scale of his kindness. And that brings us back to the heart of this entire story. Jimin didn't need to be loud about it. He didn't even need fans to know about it. Because for him, kindness isn't content, it's responsibility. When you look at Are You Sure Season 2 again after hearing this, it suddenly feels different. You start noticing the small things, the way he listens, the way he talks softly, the way he checks on Jungkook without making it obvious, the way he always chooses words that won't hurt anyone. Those tiny moments reflect the same person who quietly donates behind the scenes. His heart is consistent in every direction. For Jikook fans, this story also creates a new layer of appreciation for their dynamic. Jungkook has always been proud of Jimin's kindness, often describing him as someone with a warm heart. Knowing what Jimin might have done with his Are You Sure aging earnings makes those words feel even more real. It adds more depth to the moments where Jungkook looks at him with admiration, to the way he listens, to the calmness between them. It reminds fans why their bond feels so genuine. And for US audiences who often watch Korean entertainment from afar, stories like this are reminders that behind every viral clip, every meme, every funny moment, there are real people with real values, people whose actions create impact beyond entertainment. And the more fans talked about it, the more this story spread. Not because Jimin wanted it to, but because kindness always finds a way to shine even when it tries to hide. And in this case, it shined right in the middle of a travel show filled with laughter and comfort. And now, you, the viewer, are part of this story too. You're hearing it, absorbing it, and maybe even feeling your chest warm a little bit. Because it's not every day you hear about someone who uses fame this way. Someone who sees money not only as income, but as a chance to help. Someone who uses success not as elevation, but as contribution. And that is why fans everywhere are saying the same thing today. Jimin didn't just give us a heartwarming show, he gave children a chance at a better life. And that is worth more than any episode, any view count, or any viral moment. And when you step back and look at everything, the picture becomes clear. Jimin didn't just entertain millions through Are You Sure Season 2. He didn't just create comfort, healing, and joy for fans around the world. He also turned his own success into something much bigger. Real help, real support, and real hope for children who need it the most. That contrast, that quiet generosity behind the scenes, is what makes his presence feel so different. His kindness isn't loud, it isn't dramatic, it isn't performative. It's steady, intentional, and deeply sincere. And that's why it touches people, even those who may never meet him. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about a donation. It isn't just about a paycheck or a headline. It's about the kind of person Jimin chooses to be even when nobody is watching. And that truth makes Are You Sure Season 2 feel even more meaningful. It makes fans proud in a way words can't fully explain. So if this moved you even a little bit, don't forget to support the things that matter. Keep uplifting Jimin, keep celebrating kindness, keep spreading the warmth that he shows so naturally. And if you want to help in your own way, even a small act of generosity can make someone's world brighter. If you want more updates, more stories, and more breakdowns like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Your support helps keep these stories alive. And trust me, there's still so much more to uncover.